Hey creative friends, welcome to my channel, and I hope everybody had a great Christmas, great holiday, whatever you did, that you had fun and you enjoyed it. And I hope that going into 2025 is going to be the best year ever. There's a lot going on, but I had my little blow up Santa, and I just got to tell you a little story. So on the 26th, the night of Christmas Eve into the next day, we had a wicked storm here on the Oregon coast, like bad, like 70-mile-an-hour winds. And this guy, I looked out the window, and if you were my age and you remember they used to have those little blow-up clowns that had sand in the bottom, and you'd punch them and they would just go back and forth. That's what he was doing. Like, he was down and up and down and up. Anyway, it was kind of funny. But all the Christmas lights this year were a lot of fun, and we decorated the house. But the most interesting thing happened, and I wasn't going to show it, but then I thought, you know, my sister-in-law said people might be interested. So I'm going to show you what happened when I was sitting in my living room in the corner. It was like 12:30 in the morning on the, oh, see, there he goes. Is that him? No, that was Snickers going under his guide wire. About 12:30 a.m. On the day after Christmas, so it was the 26th. I got to show you what happened. Looky there. A tree fell into our house. So I'm going to come over and show you a little bit. And I'll come around so that you can see. This is the craziest thing. So we have lots of trees. It's a thing that's going to happen. And see that living room window? I was literally sitting in that corner in my recliner, and this huge tree, which actually it's not our tree, it's our neighbor's tree. And I will answer a couple questions about that, because people are like, oh, if it's your neighbor's tree. But I'm going to take you up and show you closer. But I was sitting like an arm's width away from where that happened. So I'm going to give you a better shot. There's parts of our deck down there. And we only got about the top third of the tree. That's the very top of the tree. So we don't know if there's any damage to the to the steps. But our contractor came over yesterday and took a look. Look at my Christmas lights. My house looks so cute. But not now. So I'm going to go up and show you a little bit more of what it looked like. And there's my candy canes. There's two of them that broke, but they're still lit. They're still plugging along. The rest of the decorations on the house are doing good. And those little guys didn't blow off either, but it blew a whole tree over. So let's go upstairs and I'll show you more. All right, now I'm on the west deck of the house, and you can see if I come out here, the deck is good until here. And then you can feel it dips, because there's a big support beam down there that you can see is bent. And this is where it hit. And you can see it better from the other side. I'll show you that. Luckily, it didn't compromise enough inside, so the inside of the house is not getting wet. But look at the size of this tree. It goes clear down. That is the root ball down by the road. And the whole thing, that's a huge tree. It's a biggie. So anyway, clearly has destroyed the majority of the deck on this side. These are the fascia boards from the roof. And you can see the front board and the gutter, new gutters. So let me go show you from the other side. Okay, there's Brian comfortably sitting inside the window, but so there's my chair, and I was sitting there, and that's the corner of the deck I just showed you. But here's the cool thing, our contractor noticed this. I noticed when it first happened, Brian said, well, I don't know if water's going to come in, so let's move the chairs out. So we were moving the chairs out, and there were these little bits of white on the ground, and I noticed, you see that? Those are little holes where nails got pushed down hard enough. There's one that's almost coming through, that the little pieces of plaster broke off. And then our contractor noticed the crown molding has a crack on top of it, so it hit the south wall pretty darn hard. And so there I was sitting, and all of a sudden I heard this boom, and the whole house shook. And it really frightened me. And look, the window didn't even break, although it's compromised, because clearly it hit it hard enough to probably disrupt the seal. But so
it ripped the screen.
Yeah, tore the screen. So anyway, it hit the window. But anyway, there I was sitting. So now let's go outside and see more. Okay, I'm walking out our front door here, which our front door is on the second level because we have a daylight basement. So the back of the house looks like one story and the front of the house is two. And you see down, and this is just a deck, and at one time it actually wrapped all the way around, but now it's like one of those carport covers that makes it nice. But anyway, so there you have it. So I was just sitting there, the wind was going bad, you could hear these little pine cones pummeling the front of the house, and I thought, yeah, I better leave. I'm going to go find a better place to sit. And just then I heard this huge boom and the whole house shook. And this is what happened. And I didn't even realize it because we had no power, so I couldn't see. I thought a tree had fallen on the ground and shook the house. And I went in and told Brian, we need to find a safer place to be in the house. And we came in the living room, and just then the lightning struck and it illuminated all this through those sheer curtains. And Brian goes, dear, the tree did not hit the ground. It looks like it hit the house. So we came out and took a look, and you can see that one's fine, but over there you can see it broke a truss. It broke some trusses, and all of this is going to have to be repaired, which our contractor said no problem, we'll get that done, and we'll probably have the deck have to be replaced and stuff. But you can probably see a little bit more of the size of that tree. So we were so fortunate that this is all that hit, because that is a huge tree, and if the rest of it was closer to the house, it would have been a way bigger problem. And so it was only about the top third of the tree. But I'll tell you, when you're sitting there looking at TikToks on your phone and you hear a kaboom and the whole house shakes, it's a little bit frightening. So anyway, I will show you the progress. We do have a whole new septic system down there. So the contractor can't drive anything over. So he said all of the guys are just going to have to work by hand. So they're going to have to manually bring up all of the tools and equipment and the wood and all that. So they'll probably start with the deck and then go from there. But you can see there's, I don't know if you can see down there, the metal support beam for the corner of the deck, and he could tell that that's bent as well. So it's going to be busy. And now I will tell you, a lot of people were like, oh, if it was your neighbor's tree, it's their insurance. Well, that is my understanding. Every situation is different, but our insurance said basically what they do is an assessor will determine whether the person was doing something that made the tree fall over, and then that's a different story. But in this case, and in most cases when it's wind, it's just an act of God, and that's why you have insurance. So that is often the way it is. I can't say it's guaranteed that way, but when he explained it, he said in general it's just an act of God, unless the person was actually actively doing something that made the tree fall over or made the situation happen. But it would be no different if you had, heavy winds and maybe it blew a roof off of a little barn and it hit the side of your house or hit your car. That is not that person's fault. So anyway, but they did call their insurance. We called our insurance. We're all happy. Everybody works together. So that is what's happening in my world. But now I have to go film videos for January. So I'm excited about January this year. And I should already have my videos done, but I've had other things going on. But anyway, so I just jokingly said, ruin my Christmas lights because they stop right here. So, but the rest of the house is covered. Anyway, my little balls, in all of that 70-mile-an-hour wind, these little balls stayed hooked on there, so I know that they're good to go. And then we didn't have any other damage at all. Front of the garage is fine. I did put tarps along the side of the chicken coop to keep it from getting so rainy and wet inside, and that is just working great. They get mad at me because I even put a little bit there just to keep it from getting so wet across the front, and they hate that because they can't see over it properly, so they yell at me when I go in there. But anyway, Santa Claus is doing good. It's all, he's a tough guy. We're going to use him every year. But now, clearly, we can get another big blow-up Santa Claus or something and put it at this corner of our yard because everybody will get to see it. So isn't that fun? So anyway, there you have it. I'll give you updates, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.